All right, we should be live. We should be nice and live. So please allow me a moment to provide the link to the stream to multiple social medias and multiple Discord servers, as we do at the beginning of every stream. I do apologize that we don't exactly have any music going on right now. The main menu of the first game that we are going to be covering here, seen as Altalight, as you can, well, definitely see right now. It doesn't have any audio on the main menu. I'm pretty sure this is going to change. So please still allow me a moment to ping the Discord servers that I need to. So it's a lot more awkward when there's no audio on the main menu to distract from the silence of my voice 99% of the time. But seeing as there is an audio option in the game, I do assume that there is going to be audio and music in the game itself. So I think that's all the Discord servers I usually put things into. So now allow me a moment to pull up my chat reading device. And here we are. Nice and ready for a good old-fashioned stream. The whole waiting a few minutes to allow people to trickle in from my various posts is a lot more awkward than it usually is, due to the fact that there is no audio on the main screen. However, hello my rats and rodents, I'm Serotonin, also known as Corky, and welcome to playing most of Ekkoberry's games. Ekkoberry is a game developer on itch.io, and they've made a lot of very short visual novels, and one that I'll probably be able to dedicate an entire stream to. However, the reason I'm playing multiple Ekkoberry games in one stream as opposed to something like Rachel Draws This and Studio Investigrave is because most of these games tend to go around 10 to 30 minutes in runtime. So that wouldn't exactly be great for one game per stream, and I figured, hey, I've got 4 of them that I'm really interested in trying out, so let's just do them all at once. Especially because I had to delete the stream from yesterday because it was Monster Prom, and I forgot how vile Monster Prom got. Still a fun game that I enjoyed, but I just don't want that up on my YouTube channel, so that way I can actually get monetized, you know? So, yeah. We are going to sit here in our lovely, lovely silence for just a few more, just another minute now, I think, just to give people a little bit more time to trickle in, as you should, as any good streaming etiquette gets. So, yeah, all I know about Ekkoberry is that most of these were for some game jam, I think. Some sort of game jam, some sort of writing challenge, I think. But they all, I'm pretty sure most of these are like, oh, like what 1,000 words? I don't know. Maybe that was a different thing I was thinking of, because I've had multiple ideas for a playing multiple games in one stream. So I that's all a little bit frazzled in my head. However, I feel like we've gone long enough with just me here yapping on the main screen. So, why don't we start? Oh, thank fuck, there's actually music. I was a little worried because there was nothing on the title screen. So, allow me to tab out into OBS. Okay, yeah, that is way too loud. So, turning that down for you. And we should be okay. If there are any audio troubles, please, please, please say something in the chat, so that way I can, well, you know, be aware of it. The jagged inner shape of the valley begins to take form as Fern reaches the peak of the hill. Last year's trip to this small mining town had fared far better. In the 2 days of travel, he hadn't come across a single other person. Unkept grass, missing guards, and the complete lack of pop-up shops along the road, the whole place felt lifeless. Given the circumstances, this was not unexpected, but Fern's feeling of disappointment persisted. He descends along the main road, passing stone houses and shops, seeing several despondent faces as he walks. This place was by no means a ghost town. People still went about their day, but it lacked the life it once had. This certainly is cheery. Looks like it's spread to the more remote corners of the area. Business had been affected since last year's visit. Some of the stores that were struggling were now completely boarded up. Reaching an apothecary, Fern is greeted by a closed sign, no hint of when that might change. Peeking through the window shows nothing but bare hardwood floors and dust. He tries a second location, similar deal. This one at least had furniture in it. After pacing around for a while, he admits defeat. Well, that's disappointing. Would the mine be worth checking? I doubt they'd let the public walk in there freely. He stands there for a moment, contemplating how to avoid the entire trip being in vain. The scenery was nice, but his supplies were running low. He couldn't afford returning with nothing to show for it. It's a stretch, but... He glances around, making sure to avoid view of any individual passing by. Surely there'll be something in the back. He slithers around the side of the building and into a back alley, searching for any kind of discarded stock. He finds a promising stack of boxes at the rear. I'd have preferred fresh material to work with, but dried is better than nothing. He rifles through, but finds little. Vile pieces lay broken at the bottom, along with scraps of paper and hunks of wood. Any remaining trace of herb or perishable items are beyond usability. Dejected, he exits the heap, turning back into the alley. I'll try asking around tomorrow. Hopefully I can find a place to stay. As he returns to the main street, he hears a pair of footsteps approaching his position. Fern begins to turn, ready to explain he hadn't taken anything. But before he's able, he feels something hit the back of his head hard. He stumbles to the ground, his vision turning black. Fern wakes up on an unfamiliar floor. The room is cold and damp. A musty smell lingers in the air. A storage room, though difficult to judge the exact size from his current angle. This is new. Fern's first attempts to move are hampered by the rope around his torso. His vision is hazy. The back of his head aches at the slightest movement. With some effort, the pain begins to vanish as a soft glow permeates underneath his clothes. He considers his options, opting to take things slow and taking proper note of his surroundings. The items on the cluttered shelves give few clues. A pile of bound books, scraps of cloth, and a few candles. A stack of cups nestled in one of the corner shelves. Common items you'd see just about everywhere. Too quiet to be a tavern. Maybe an inn? I guess it depends on the time of day and how long I was out for. First time something like this has happened. Maybe this could be what makes the trip worthwhile. Let's see where this leads. Hopefully somewhere interesting. He leans against the box, making a small noise as he makes contact with the wood. Something on the other side of the room stirs. Hey, mage. You awake yet? Ah, he must be the one responsible for this double knot I'm having trouble with. In front of him stands an elf boy with a sour expression. Fern barely lifts an eyebrow at the sight of his captor, prompting the boy to kick the shelf next to him in an attempt at intimidation. It doesn't work. You're my sister. Excuse me? You heard me. I know a mage when I see one. You can do magic, right? My sister's sick and I want you to do something about that. We've been trying to get in contact with the magic... Why can't I talk? What? We've been trying to get in contact with the Magic Users Guild for months. The rot's getting so bad it's stopping Sienna from sleeping and... Okay, I'm not someone who can do healing magic. Sorry. So if you'd kindly drop me back off from where you picked me up, I'd appreciate... Wait, no healing at all? Isn't that what you people do? Is kidnapping all that you do? I guess I'm just ignorant on the subject. Care to enlighten me with an example? Or get in contact with one of your guild buddies? No can do, sorry. Even if I could do something, I can't do it with my hands behind my back. Not that I feel like offering my services to someone with this little sense for hospitality. Untie me. Maybe then we can talk. The boy's attention diverts from Fern as the door at the top of the stone stairs creaks open. Eska, are you down here? Fern watches her, noticing a slight limp in her walk. Ah, so that's what all the noise was. Am I interrupting something? Did I wake you up? Sorry. It's okay, I wasn't asleep. Eska turns back to Fern. If you can't do anything, there's no point continuing this conversation. Aw, don't want to hear me out at all? Maybe I could be useful. If you can't heal, I don't care. I'll just take what's on you as compensation for wasting my time. Eska gestures to the girl, who begins rifling through Fern's pockets. Well, it's not like I can stop you. Sure, take whatever you'd like. You're pretty cooperative for someone getting robbed. I just don't think it's worth the hassle. You have a lot of weird stuff in here. Cooking equipment, paintbrushes, empty jars. Are you an artist or something? I like to consider myself one, if I'm being generous. We can't sell those. I'm just gonna take the money and the jewelry. This necklace is pretty. Sure, help yourself. Oh, but let me keep the notebook. I doubt anyone would buy that. Sure, just looks like a bunch of scribbles to me. If this is your attempt at drawing, it kinda sucks. I'm surprised. No resistance at all? Not even a little bit of struggle? Are you after a fight? It's not like I can begrudge you. I've done far worse. Well, nice to know I'm not robbing a saint. Well, nice to know I'm not robbing a saint. Sorry, that was the wrong voice. Something tells me that in your eyes. Being a magic user disqualifies me from that category. Am I correct? You're welcome to be the first to change my mind. No chance of you learning healing magic real quick for me. I'll even think about giving you your stuff back. Sorry, I just don't have the knack for it. I think that's about everything. Thanks. Take it upstairs, will you? I'm just about finished talking down here. Sure thing. We're done, are we? Mind untying me then? And I'll see myself out. The boy takes a swift kick at one of the shelves before dragging his heels over to untie Fern. What's this? You're just letting me go. You almost sound insulted. This town has weird ideas about kidnapping. No dragging me out into the middle of nowhere with a blindfold on to keep your base a secret? Is that what you want? As long as you're not too rough, I don't mind. Relatable. Sorry, what? What? Who said that? Look, I just don't think letting your victims know where you operate from is a smart move if you want to keep doing this for the long term. What happens if I tattle? I'm not worried. Good luck finding someone who'll care. I would refrain from messing with magic users in the future, though. I'm rather lenient compared to my peers. Stop wasting my time. Get out. Fine, fine. Don't think about trying any funny business on the way out. I wouldn't dream of it. Well, I'll see you around, I suppose. I'd really prefer if we didn't. Hello, green rat. It's a shade of green. I'll let it slide. Hello, The basement door opens into a wide space with stained glass windows. A church? Wasn't expecting that. Oh well, won't ruin my day. Dark green, I hope you die in a fire. The boy's sister waves from across the pew she's perched in. Oh, bro let you go. I already hid what I didn't hand Eska. Sorry, I'm not giving anything back. Times are tough right now, I understand. This is probably the most hospitable a pair of thieves have ever been towards me. Not the first time you've been robbed. It might have happened once or twice before. Is it a vibe I'm giving off? The coat looks pretty nice, though I think it might have more to do with those marks on your hands. Those look like they cost a bit to have done, especially with the rules surrounding that kind of magic now. You ever thought about investing in a pair of gloves? Well, I won't tell if you won't. There's no one here to tell, same where there's no doctors around. You can go now. I already told you, I'm not giving you your stuff back, so there's no point in trying to talk to me. I know. That's not why I'm bothering you. Fern pulls out a map and a piece of paper from his back pocket, one of the few items he still has on him. I don't suppose you could tell me which direction your brother dragged me in from? And if there's any place to get anything on this list. She points to a hill north of where he last was. What kind of weirdo list is this? I guess you could try around there, but it's a stretch. Thanks for the help, and good luck. Tell your brother to watch his temper for me, will you? See you around. Packing the rope away and rifling through the items his sister collected, Eska couldn't help but be confused at how that exchange played out. What the hell was that guy's deal? He sorts out what might be sold, but most of it looked like eccentric junk. This is about it. I guess it'll have to do. He gives up and heads upstairs. What is this? I love the art. This is Alkalite. It is a game made by Ekkoberry. We're going to be playing multiple games made by Ekkoberry today because most of them are pretty damn short. Hey Sienna, I think I can sell some of what that guy had, so later on I'll... Sienna? Glancing around the main room, he doesn't see his sister. He checks the small side room, and still nothing. Concerned, he walks up and down the aisles, hoping to spot her. Hey, sis... Sienna, are you okay? Collapsed on the floor lay Eska's sister, breathing but unmoving. He shakes her shoulders, but nothing he tries succeeds in waking her up. A few days later. Fern wakes up to the same place, only darker. No gentle come to, this time instead being shaken awake by the same boy as before. I've been looking everywhere for you. Oh, this is my first time having a fan. I'm sorry, I'm a little underprepared. My sister, what did you do to her? Huh? I didn't do anything. I checked into the inn over on the other side of town and have been looking around for supplies ever since. I was planning to leave today if you hadn't rudely intervened. Sienna's been unconscious since you left. Excuse me. I don't know why I yawned. Is that all? Doesn't she have trouble sleeping? Sounds like a solution to me. I'm not messing around this time. Fix her. Eska flicks a small pocket knife and holds it to Fern's chin. Ooh, you are upset, huh? Fix my sister, or I'll see if ending your life undoes whatever curse you put on her. Also, I think the music is a bit loud. It's kind of drowning out your voice. Got it. More quiet. Significantly quieter music. Fix my sister, or I'll see if ending your life undoes whatever curse you put on her. You're very demanding, you know. Have you tried a nicer approach? There's a glow from underneath Fern's clothes. The bindings surrounding him undo themselves, and he stands up, ignoring Eska's threat. He moves fast, grabbing Eska's wrist and yanking the blade out of it. He tucks the knife into his back pocket. That's better. As you were saying? Eska takes a second to process what just happened. Nice trick. I don't care how strong you are. Undo whatever curse you put on my sister, or else. Can I have my things back? No. Really? Why not? Already sold a lot of it. And the money you made? Spent. Oh. Don't look at me like that. It all went on food and medicine. Well, that's unfortunate. You have a debt to pay back before I even consider helping. I mean, I love the music, but it's not why I'm here. Yeah, that's fair. You don't look too pleased about that, but it's your choice. It seems your sister will remain in the state she's in until I decide to help her. Unless you can figure out something yourself. Well, the power dynamics shifted a little, hasn't it? Don't worry, I'm not unreasonable. I do have conditions for helping, though. I need a roof over my head. Is this church yours? I'd assume not, based on what I know of your current financial predicament. But it sure does look roomy. I'd prefer to keep a low profile too, so no mentioning to anyone I'm here. I'll feed myself, don't worry about that. Wait, how are you gonna feed yourself? Your sister didn't take all of my money. I'm no spring chicken when it comes to travel. I'm surprised. You don't look like the kind of person who'd be that careful. Nothing wrong with people underestimating you. That's why I have enough to eat. Anyways, I'm assuming those conditions work for you? I don't know about you sticking around. Think of it this way. If I'm nearby, I can monitor your sister's condition. She'd better be okay, I swear. You have my word. Not that you care about that, I'm sure. But I have nothing against her. After all, she's not the one responsible for my near concussion. Twice now, too. But it's nice to see she has a good big brother at least. Taking better note of the environment around him, Fern sees Eska has moved his sister to a bed. Judging by the light outside, it was now later than he would have liked. Well, I'm going to bed. That was the plan, making my way back to the inn if you hadn't gotten in the way of that. If I'm sticking around, tomorrow we can head out and collect the supplies I could get a hold of. Where am I sleeping? Where's the comfiest? We only have the 2 beds. Oh, that's a shame. Where are you sleeping then? The pews upstairs? No way am I leaving a stranger alone in a room with my unconscious sister. Who are you, or are you just watching the story? I think you just kind of watch the story. I mean, Fern's like the main character, but as far as I can tell, there's no real person that you're playing as or make decisions as. At least yet. There hasn't been any decisions. I guess that hadn't crossed my mind. I'm not interested in her, if that helps, for several reasons. I'm sure that does little to persuade I won't try anything, however. I'm guessing moving her upstairs is out of the question. Eska's silence confirms that guess. What a cold glare. If you expect me to sleep on the hard pews, you're a pretty cruel host. Eska moves across the room to gather the blankets from the spare bed. He tosses the single flat pillow at Fern, who catches it with both hands. Pews for both of us, then. You're lucky it's not that cold. I'm not sharing a bed with someone I don't trust. Fern shrugs. Have it your way. Before heading upstairs, Eska checks on his sister, pulling up the blankets up over her body. Sorry, sis, I'll get this fixed quick. I promise. The 2 of them leave Sienna and set up the bed along one of the back pews, taking opposite sides. The wood is hard and only so wide. Moonlight streams through the murky stained glass. Eska was correct. Despite the thin blankets, it's not too cold. You can keep the pillow. My bag's worked as a headrest plenty of times before. He takes the pillow and props it up against the pew's armrest. Suit yourself. I won't say no to more back support. So what was that glowing that happened earlier? You want me to give away all my secrets? I'm just curious. Something like that seems useful. How do you do it? Is there a limit to it? I don't think it's a good idea to tell you if I have any weaknesses while our relationship's so strained, right? What do you want from me? I just think it's cool. Well, maybe if you butter me up some more, I might share a bit more about it, but not before. Fern fires back with a question of his own. So I was a pair of thieves living in the basement of a church. I figured it'd be an interesting bedtime story. It's not anything exciting. The guy who owns the building is a family friend. You already know our financial situation. Fill in the rest yourself. You don't strike me as the devoted type. We're just looking after the building until he returns. He's training up to deal with the mage's rot, so the place is empty in the meantime. And when he comes back, what are your plans after that? The question elicits a contortion of Eska's face. He takes a second to calm himself. Haven't worked that part out yet. Ah. The conversation stops dead in its tracks. I'd rather talk about anything else. Or sleep if you're sated. Well, maybe for now. It seems I've hit a bit of a sore spot. Hard wood isn't a comfortable surface to sleep on. It takes a while for Fern to drift off. The next morning, Eska's vanished from the shared pew. Huh? Where's my host? He finds Eska back downstairs, feeding a thin soup to Sienna. Look at you taking care of her. What a good big brother. She's my sister. What am I gonna do? Let her starve? Yes, she's fine. You don't need to worry. Someone's clearly an only child. Well, you got me there. Still, this isn't necessary. Not that you're gonna take my word for it. Moving on, first order of business, I need Altolite. What? Really? Yes, it's a component in the magic I do. It's mined around here, correct? The apothecaries in the area, from what I could find, are all closed down. Source some Altolite for me. I'm sure a local has a better chance of succeeding than I do. You're talking about the clear crystal stuff, right? We don't deal with meth around here. I'm sorry, anytime I see the word crystal, it just makes me... that's like the go-to joke when anybody says the word crystal. I apologize. It's low-hanging fruit. I'm better than that. I'm sorry. Yes, that's correct. How much are you after? Fern pulls out a jar from his bag. However much will fit in here. It more depends how much it costs. I want as much as I can afford. You're in luck. I know the place it's sourced from. Hand me your budget for it. Fern does as he asks, the money along with the jar. Eska slips it into his pocket and gestures for Fern to follow. The walk from the church is a quiet one. It's so grim since I last came here. You've been here before. I don't remember seeing you around. Well, this is my first visit coming across you as well. I make a trip at least once a year. It's surprising how quickly everything's gone downhill. So many shops closed now. It's been rough. Lots of people sick. Sienna's one of them. I was tabbed out, so I thought he actually said a meth joke. No, I made the meth joke. Well, it's not much better elsewhere. Whole world's kinda like this. Being so remote might be a blessing. It was weird to see a traveler here. You stuck out so much. Still funny, it's low-hanging fruit, man. I'm better than that. Too happy. Definitely someone who can use magic to solve their problems. It's not that straightforward. It's a lot of work. Actually, using magic puts a person at a greater risk of contracting magic rot. So, you're an idiot? I prefer the term lucky. As long as you know what you're doing, you can avoid most of the downsides. Sounds nice. Meanwhile, us regular people are suffering. You'd better to learn magic yourself. You'd do better to learn magic instead of complaining, you know. If you think it can solve all your problems. I'd love it if magic could solve my supply woes. It can't even do that. Well, aren't you lucky I'm around? That way you can have your non-magic problems solved for you. You'd do better getting to know the people of the town instead of complaining too. They pass through the entirety of the residential and commercial districts and into the industrial section, far away from the main road. down through the cobbled streets, crossing the river onto the other side of the valley. Excuse me. The sound of mining equipment grows louder and louder as they approach. They reach a mine embedded into the other side of the valley. A tunnel leads them through and into a half-open airspace with tall walls. You still said the joke, so you obviously are not better than that. Shut the fuck up. Eska waltzes in, waving at people as he goes, Fern scurrying in behind him. Eska stops at a large storage building guarded by two men sitting bored beside the entrance. One of them, a tall man with bushy eyebrows, untips the chair he was leaning against and stands up to greet them. Ah, what can I... Eska, is that you? I haven't seen you in ages. Have you figured out treatment yet? Slowly, yeah. Treatment? I'll talk about it later. Good. Something must be going right if you're showing your face back here. I'm not here for work, sorry. I need into the storage room. The atmosphere quickly changes as the focus shifts to Fern. Oh? And who's the friend? No one special, just someone I owe a favor. I need in to get some Altalite. He holds up Fern's jar. About this much. Do you think anyone will notice? I don't know. Eska slips the small pouch of coins over and into the man's hands. The other man, still resting in his chair, perks up after seeing the exchange. Just the crystal, right? Should be fine. Just don't take too long. Without another word, Eska dips into the building, leaving Fern to stand outside next to the two men. He tries not to make too much eye contact. Their gaze doesn't leave him. Eska returns a moment later, jar too full for the lid to close. This good enough? Fern inspects the crystals, picking up some of the larger chunks from the top of the jar, holding them up to the morning sun. Not bad. Not bad at all. This'll do just fine, thank you. They leave the site, Eska waving to the two men on the way out. The few coins remaining in Eska's palm jingle as they slip into his pocket. I heard that. What, was that jar not worth your budget? You've gotten a quarter of that at the apothecary, tops. I guess a finder's fee is in order. I'll let you keep it. Damn right you will. Me sticking my neck out for you. Fern takes a closer look at the jar's overflowing contents. In it contains pieces of white, semi-translucent crystal, sizes varying from palm-sized chunks to grains that could be mistaken for sugar. I'm impressed. This is pretty nice stuff, considering how little it's been refined. Very few impurities. I don't know if I'd get this level of quality at the apothecary. I figured you want the stuff we ship off to the Mage Guild branch around here. Fern fails at suppressing a giggle. Oh, so we're stealing from the guild. Even better. So you don't like the guild or something? Do you? I feel like you'd have more of a reason to be unhappy with them than I do. Look at the state of everything. It's now even interfering with my work. I've never talked with a mage before. For all I know, you're all guild fanatics. Oh, right. Maybe now's a good time to mention. I'm not actually a part of the guild. What's that supposed to mean? I thought all magic users were. Well, I guess you could call me an independent contractor. So, you're an outlaw. I'm not dumb. I know you all need a license to do anything right now. Ah, I didn't think you'd be familiar with the guild's code of conduct. The guy who owns the church mentioned it to us when he started looking into becoming a healer. The guild's not the biggest fans of my work, let's put it that way. Why? Are you doing something questionable with all that stuff we're gathering? Like putting more people into a coma, for example? Well, clearly they have a problem with it. Not that you need to get bogged down in the specifics. You're helping me either way, right? You're lucky the guild hasn't sent help this way. I'd sell you out in a heartbeat if it was worth the effort. Aw, am I not growing on you? Like mage's rot. Tell you what, help me cross everything off of my little shopping list, and maybe I'll elaborate if you're interested. I don't need any more trouble in my life, thank you very much. Oh well, the offer's there if you change your mind. They make their way down back into the town. So, what's the next item on your little shopping list? I need panberries, native to the region, right? Any idea where I can get a ton of those? Preferably cheap. What kind of list is this? This stuff's easy. Next you're gonna tell me you need help finding water. What's that got to do with your magic stuff? Don't you guys just do magic chants over the top of the crystals? We've been over this. I don't do healing magic. And you can't learn? If you gave me several months of research minimum, assuming I had the drive to do it, an ADHD king. I could become motivated with enough financial incentive, but I'm guessing you can't afford that. It's not about me. A lot of people pay to have another healer around. When's the church owner coming back? Surely he can take care of things. Not for a while. Definitely too late. Ah, I see. At least it now makes sense why you don't have any contracts. I just thought you were being an asshole about it. You really don't talk to any other mages? Do I get cool points with you if I list off all the rules I've broken? I figured the least you could do is explain why you're useless. How bad is it? Well, if you must know, the guild breakup was messy. They didn't have an issue with my work before the outbreak, but afterwards it's a different story. It's not an easy thing being asked to give up your life's work. Oh, so real serious, huh? Was it full-on excommunication? Did you go into hiding? About that, I might still technically be on the run. Might still be. Hard to judge when you do a good job of avoiding them. So unfortunately, I don't know if they've found it in their hearts to get over themselves. It pays to keep moving, I guess. I would like to settle down permanently, though. Moving every 6 months or so is a real hassle. Great. So not only am I dealing with an outlaw, but a wanted one, too. Sadie's the kidnapper and thief. Don't act so high and mighty. That's petty stuff compared to what you're getting up to. I'm starting to wonder if helping you out is the right decision. Maybe I should point you in the direction of the nearest market and go back home. Are you not enjoying showing me around? I'll apologize if that means I can keep my helpful tour guide. You know, despite what the guild will make it seem, magic isn't a talent only those born with it can use. They don't have the monopoly they act like they have. You could pick it up with the correct motivation. You're delusional if you think I can pick up healing magic no problem right now. It's not even about the effort required. Access to resources, the luxury of time. And more importantly, I'm not doing any novice magic around my sister. Still. Let's just get through this stupid list, okay? I want to go home. If you insist. So where's the secret berry stash? Surely you can use those coins in your pocket to bribe whoever's in charge. No need, they're wild here. Yes, I know that much, but where are the best ones? You're about a month too late for the best ones. I always come this time of year. Then congrats on always being a month out of season. Most are too ripe to have any kind of firmness to them. Once they go dark, the flavor gets kinda weird. I'm not eating them, I need them dark. Really? Well, that changes things. He sighs. Follow me. I think I have an idea on where to look. They exit the town and head out into the surrounding hills that slope up and out of the ravine. It's a hike, but before long they're surrounded by stretches of green meadow. You don't want the ones that have got the most sun, right? That's what makes them dark. Isn't the biggest factor how close it is to a source of altalite? Yeah, but it's gotta be undisturbed. The further away from where we're mining, the better. Eventually, they arrive at an area covered in panberry bushes. Fern's eyes light up. Ah, perfect. Yeah, this is the color I was after. Eska starts picking from the branches, inspecting each berry. Is it just the fruit you use? The roots are pretty dark too, you know. They are? We had to uproot a ton when we expanded operations about 6 months ago, so I got familiar with it. I'm pretty sure the roots are used in dyeing clothes too. Eska grabs one of the bush's long branches and inspects the berries attached. The roots are about this dark for sure, maybe even darker. Would they be usable? Well, we'd have to kill the plant, but I don't mind giving it a go. These things grow back like nobody's business, trust me. They can be kinda tough to get at by hand, though. Fern digs into his back pocket, pulling out Eska's knife. Good thing I have this with me. Can I have that back, by the way? It's my only one. As long as you lug all this plant matter back with us. You mentioned a market earlier. Is that the best place to get something to eat? When's it open? There's one that runs late across town. Great, what are we eating? I barely have enough to cover me and my sister. Didn't you say you were gonna feed yourself? So they're weeds with berries. I'd guess so. You can go get something alone. I don't want to be around food I can't afford. What do you take me for? Some kind of monster? I'm not answering that. Well, was I gonna share? You've been gracious enough with me showing me around. I'll try and do something to return the hospitality. Oh, well, in that case, I have some recommendations. That's more like it. They make their way down into the town to find the market Eska had mentioned. It's a small collection of stalls, the same gloomy atmosphere as the rest of the town permeating throughout. Eska doesn't seem concerned with the state of things and is already listing off places to visit. There's a produce stall around here that's really good. I know where the best deals are, so don't go wandering off on your own. First date? Who knows? If they don't recognize your face, they'll charge at least double. He drags Fern by the sleeve, who barely gets a chance to look at any one stall in particular. They stop in front of a vendor selling a range of baked goods. Here, the best bread in town. Buy something from here. Eska, you little charmer. I haven't seen you in a while. It has been a while. How's the arm? It's been so-so. You know how it is. I hope your sister's faring a little better than it's been with me. She's doing okay. Still walking, so I'm happy. And you? About the same as before. Who's the friend? Or are you just dragging in new customers for me? Just a visitor from out of town. Eska's been showing me around all day. He's doing a great job of being my little tour guide. We're just sorting out dinner now. He's paying. I'll take his recommendation for food too, so I'll get whatever's your most popular item, please. That'll be just the standard loaf. I appreciate it. Let me throw in another small one for your sister Eska. Oh, thanks. Make sure to come around a little more if you're able. We miss seeing you about. I'll see what I can do. As Fern takes the wrapped loaves from the lady, he can't help but notice the slight wince. In the moment he's handed the bag, Fern gets a closer look at the lady's arm. Fern had seen it many times before. The discoloration associated with magic rot was entirely up her arm, starting at her fingers and going all the way past her sleeve. Take care. You too. It's not contagious through touch before you say anything. I know that. They visit several other stalls, picking up a couple other items before heading back. That was more than I intended to spend. They return back with a large range of local fruits, vegetables, and even a hunk of cheese. Cheese! Man, I could really do with some cheese right now. The last few rays of sunlight hang in the sky as they make their way back up the hill the church is perched on. Eska rushes down into the basement to once again check on his sister, who remains in the same state she was left in. Cheese! Exactly. Everybody loves cheese. He comes back up moments later, satisfied that she's okay. Eska heads into the small back room, Fern behind him, offloading the items they brought onto a rickety table. He pulls out a clay pot and a hunk of wood and begins stoking a fire under a small stone stove, balancing the pot on top. We'll shove all the stuff into the pot and let it boil down. I have some leftovers that can go in too, and we can have that with the bread and cheese. Sound good to you? So, stew? What's that look for? I was expecting something a little fancier, if I'm honest. I was better fed at the inn. What do you want from me? If you don't like it, you're free to cook something for yourself. Sienna normally handles the food. I could tell. Don't look so down. She'll be awake tomorrow. Don't worry. The pot takes a while to simmer, but eventually it's ready. Despite his protests, Fern is won over by the aroma of the stew. He's handed a bowl and begins dipping his bread in to take a bite. Eska brings the pot onto the floor and they take a seat beside it. So about that woman at the market, that was quite the patch she had, huh? People work with mages, Rod. It's not a rare thing here. Then what's stopping you? Eska tenses at such a blunt statement. It's not just your sister, is it? So what if it's not? I'm asking you to fix her, not me. Explains that exchange you had at the mine, too, now that I think about it. You can't work around Altalite if you catch it, and there isn't much other work out here right now. Happy? He's expecting fancy from the poor criminals. Entitled much? No. They were just eating better at the inn. I promise. Plus, I mean, Fern's hot. Hot people are allowed to be a little entitled, you know? They're entitled to it. Where do you have it? A couple of patches on my back. Wow, really? I'm surprised you could carry me all the way here if that's the case. Impressive swing you had, knocking me out though. I bet that aggravated things a little. Would have been worth it if you could have done something about it. Take your shirt off. Excuse me? Just because I'm not a healer doesn't mean I can't do something for you. Let me take a look. Eska does as Fern says, removing both layers. On his skin were inky patches spreading out from his shoulder and lower back, similar in color to the woman's arm from earlier. It doesn't look too far along. Not bad. It hasn't progressed to the spine at all, so I should probably consider myself lucky. Don't get me started about hot people being entitled. You don't seem overly concerned with having contracted it. Around here, if you get unlucky with an injury, you end up in my position. I'm not unique. Hi. Hello, Trixia. Welcome to the stream. My sister's further along anyways. I'll worry about myself later. Also, that is a lot of rot. It is. It does look like a lot of rot. He redresses himself. How much do you know about Altalite? It's a magic conductor, right? Ever since the outbreak, our town's economy is warped around it. Easy work since mages need so much. There's also all the usual Altalite warnings. Keep it away from magic unless you know what you're doing. I'm sure you've heard that a whole bunch. It's the first thing they tell you at the guild, but lucky for you, I know what I'm doing. Well, I guess it depends on who you ask, but I can certainly make things happen. Fern reaches into his bag and pulls out a mortar and pestle and a couple of jars, one empty, the other filled with a dark liquid. Taking a thin brush, he draws an intricate pattern onto 2 chunks of crystal, the lines differing only in their direction. Eska watches carefully. Excuse me, I didn't mean to yawn. If you're careful, and I do mean careful, you can control the flow of magical energy. Fern holds the ends of both crystals, steadying their position on the stone floor in front of him. The glow from underneath his clothes appears again. The crystal in contact with his right hand explodes, sending chunks in all directions. Eska jumps back at the sudden noise. Can you explain what's going on with that glowing already? I don't need a lesson in magic basics. I want to know what's letting you do that. Weren't you paying attention? I just told you. It's simple energy control. That's it. Don't bullshit me. I've seen magic users work before, and they couldn't increase their strength or explode stuff.
I'll take that as a compliment. Magic isn't a field that begins and ends with astrology and healing.
Clearly.
Well, I guess if you're interested...
Fern removes his coat and rolls up his sleeve, revealing a tapestry of markings running the entire length of his arm. Tattoos?
Kinda. They're a little less permanent, just applied with a brush. The body contains a certain amount of magical energy, so I figured learning to better control that energy could be useful. I want to be able to experiment. At a certain point, you begin to run out of canvas space, so I think temporary is the way to go.
So that's what those marks on your hands are. I didn't know it flows in people too. News to me.
How would a magical disease affect you if it didn't? God, this is why I hate the guild. It doesn't sustain itself by eating your flesh. You and your sister'd be dead much faster if that was the case. Anyways, point being, if there's a flow, it can be controlled. If you don't mind volunteering as a second canvas for me, I can figure out something that contains the disease to the affected areas.
I was wondering what that was. Nah, I figured it was just character design.
It's not a permanent solution, but I think I could probably slow the speed. Same for your sister, but I'd rather judge what I can do for her when she's awake.
Eska's eyes widen the more Fern speaks. Volunteer, as in...
I won't charge, but don't go hitting me over the head again, and if it doesn't work. I've always wanted to expand what I do, but finding willing participants is tricky. Probably doesn't help with the amount I keep to myself, but still. I appreciate you're willing to listen to me ramble on.
You're welcome. I've never had a mage give me the time of day.
I suppose I should get to preparing more of my medium.
That's what we spent the day gathering.
Yeah, that's not everything I use, but those were the two main things I was missing.
I'm turning on my aircon. I need the air conditioner. It's really hot in my room. It's always really hot in my room, and yeah, it makes my audio quality a little bit worse. But who cares? Who cares? I'm burning alive here. Yeah, but the fact it has an explanation makes it so much cooler. I suppose so. Readjusting my headphones real quick. He gathers up the chunks of the exploded crystal and dumps them into the mortar to begin crushing the pieces into smaller shards. As Eska looks closer, he notices the base of the pestle is also covered in markings, as is the bowl of the mortar and the lids of the fern jars.
Actually, now that I think about it, this is gonna be pretty hard. I haven't practiced on someone who can't control their own flow before. This is gonna take some work to figure out.
And how difficult is that to learn?
Fern laughs. That's like half a mage's curriculum right there. But I wouldn't worry about that. It's not an option for you.
Sorry, I didn't mean to hit my desk. You're writing me off or something?
It's not called mage's rot because they caused it, you know. It's because it messes with magic users the most. If you try using magic when your body's infected, you transmit the infection as well. And if you circulate it through your body, well, you've done the rot's job for it. The first couple mages who tried that found out the hard way.
So how do healers manage it?
I wish I knew.
Another reason you should study healing. Maybe it'll help all this tattoo stuff.
I don't like how that's starting to sound like a good idea. You could have mentioned you were infected too. That would have saved me a lot of preaching. If you're not in a state to do it yourself, there goes my argument for you to self-study.
Fern begins scribbling into his notebook. Eska watches a stern expression form on Fern's face as he works. You look way different when you get into it. Look at you taking this so seriously.
Let me focus. And do you want to fix or not? I can pass my own energy through my markings no problem, but safely onto someone with magic rot. The disease complicates things. When I was at the guild, people just activated everything themselves.
What's the problem? Just channel it. Do whatever you did to the crystals.
Do you want what happened to the Altalite to happen to you? It's a more delicate process with a human body. I don't want you to explode.
Just make a design that channels everything through touch.
I don't think you know how difficult what you're asking me to do is. But I don't think you're too far off the mark either. This is certainly an interesting problem. Maybe this isn't so bad for my craft after all. Though I'd have to completely redo at least one of my sleeves. This sucks.
Just draw it on me later, once you've sorted this out. The noise of grinding and glass clinking continues into the night. Eventually, Eska decides it's late enough. I'm going to bed. Fern doesn't look up from his work.
Feel free. I'll sleep once I've solved the issue I'm having with the enchantment.
Not wanting to put up with the noise, he heads down to the basement and into the comfort of his own bed. He looks over at Sienna. His sister remains as she was. Don't worry, sis. Just a little longer. I'll get this fixed tomorrow.
I suppose enough's enough. Wake up, Eska. I'm gonna sort out your sister.
Eska shoots up immediately. Wait, really?
Yeah, I figured you want to see this.
Fern reaches over and removes a necklace from around Sienna's neck, the one that she'd pilfered from him a few days earlier. She begins to stir, her eyes open, and she sits up as if waking from a nap.
What are you still doing here? I told you before, we're not giving you your stuff back.
Eska runs for sister to give her a big hug. She hugs back, very confused by his frantic affection.
Huh? Eska, why is the magic user still here? Your brother's so nice that I've decided to help.
Oh, that's a change of tune from the last time I saw you. How do you feel?
What's that supposed to mean? I feel fine. Well, you were unconscious for about 3 days.
Oh, so that's why I'm so hungry.
Bro, please get off me. You're making it hard to breathe.
That's one of my big problems with siblings in media. None of them say bro or sis. That's all fucking bullshit. Nobody fucking talks like that. Nobody. You just call your siblings various curse words or insults. That's how everyone does it. That's how it goes. Anyone with siblings will tell you. He finally lets her go, allowing her to move. Sorry.
There we go. Your sister's awake again. Isn't that great news?
Eska snatches the necklace out of Fern's hand and examines it carefully, confused. Up close, he notices fine engravings around the chain. An enchanted necklace? That was all?
Ooh, most people don't catch that on first look. Your sister sure didn't.
I'm right here, you know. So what this means is you could have fixed this at any time and you chose not to? I feel cheated.
Over what? Lest I remind you, this happened as a result of your actions, not mine. Don't begrudge me for milking what I can out of an unfavorable situation. I could have just up and left while you weren't looking. Would you have preferred that?
Fern collapses onto Eska's bed and burrows into the sheets.
I was up all night, so I'm borrowing this now that you're out of it. Your sister can move now, so she can leave if there's a problem.
Fine.
This is the first time I've seen you so hospitable. I guess you must like him.
I say insert TV sibling name here, or dumbass. Okay. I did all of this to make sure you were okay, and nothing else.
Sure.
A few days later. Fern takes a brush and dips it into the paint solution, wiping the excess off on the rim of the jar. He inspects the brush tip, then his notebook, and then the area around Eska's shoulder blade. Eska flinches at the surprise of the cool touch. He tenses, causing his back to twinge. He mutters under his breath, digging his nails into the palm of his hand.
I'd advise keeping still. If I were you, if I mess up, it can be painful.
Wait, what?
Did I forget to mention? Magic runs through your nerves, you know. If I'm not precise, well, the sensation can last as long as the stain on the skin. One time, I'll maybe wait until afterwards to start sharing stories. Just relax, I'll warn you when the rush is coming.
An hour passes. Zeska's time is split between being drawn on listening to the sounds of pencil on paper. You done yet?
That's sounding dangerously close to impatience, you know? What's that saying about biting the hand that feeds you? It's on the tip of my tongue. Look, I get you might be nervous, but you're in the hands of the best of the craft, so don't worry.
If you're the only one who does it, you're also technically the worst.
I guess you're right. Stop talking. Your back moves when you do.
More time passes.
Okay, nearly done. Now that it should have stained, I'll just activate it with a little of my own energy.
Eska feels Fern's fingers touch the base of his shoulder blade and near the patch on his lower back. Out from that touch, he feels heat. He braces for the sensation to cause a spasm, but nothing else happens.
Well, how's that feel?
Hot. Or it was for like a second.
Good, I'll take that as a sign it worked. Feel anything now?
No, nothing.
Great, you're welcome. Try not to touch the areas for the rest of the day. It's waterproof, so you can bathe in a day once it's dry. Sun exposure will bleach it out though, so don't go taking your shirt off outside. Well, that should do it for your leg. At least it'll stop things from getting worse. And quite a patch she's got there. It's impressive she can still walk. Any discomfort?
It's a little numb, but it doesn't feel bad either.
Interesting. Make sure to keep me updated. If you lose sensation in your leg, let me know.
Sure. A smile creeps across Fern's face. He pulls out his notebook and begins scribbling down notes in graphite. Sienna peeks over, trying to make sense of the strange symbols, but there's nothing decipherable. She takes another look at the new lines on her skin, unable to make heads or tails of any of it.
I wonder if the factor is age or gender. Maybe both.
Fern's train of thought is interrupted by the sound of footsteps. You finished yet?
Just did.
Sienna walks across the room, even doing a little spin on her inked leg. There's no sign of the limp that previously plagued her.
I don't feel much. I'm impressed. Good job. You found someone competent.
Thanks.
Well, thanks for seeing me off. I should probably get going. Though I was considering the possibility of moving down here.
Eska doesn't do a very good job of masking his surprise. Really? You like it here that much?
Now that I have the two of you to keep an eye on, the constant trips down here would be impractical. It'd be once every month or so at least. I'd rather have my test subjects somewhere I can monitor them. The logistics I still need to work out, though. If the local guard doesn't have a problem with it, I'll see who's interested in my refined technique. Care to point me in the direction of those around here who still have money? Surely some of them would be interested in having their rot slowed.
Sounds like you want to rely on my know-how even more.
I figure it's only fair that if you want me to study healing magic, you should help me make money in the meantime.
Really? In that case, I should be able to find someone who's interested.
I'll do my best too. I'm fond of my new canvas. It would be a shame if you died on me. I need to look for a new place as well. Make sure to find somewhere with enough space for a workstation, okay?
I'll see what I can do.
What, you're just gonna do that for me? I'm surprised. No jokes, no eye-rolling, lamenting the possibility of having me around any longer.
You're serious about studying healing, right?
If it's what I have to do, it's what I have to do. It might take some trial and error, though. I have some material available from my days at the guild, but it's not a ton. I'll figure something out along the way, as long as you don't mind continuing as my guinea pig.
The second you know it'll work, Sienna better be top priority.
And you're more useful to me than she is.
Eska grabs Fern and pulls him in for a hug, catching him off guard.
Hey, what's this for? Don't get any weird ideas. I just don't want to look for more test subjects.
Thank you.
Sure. Yeah.
I mean it.
Thank me once I figured healing out, not before. Sienna wasn't kidding. You do hug hard. Eska lets Fern go. By the time you're back, I should be all set up again working at the mine. You won't have any issues. My markings will do their job. I promise. If you say so. If anything starts hurting, I'm dragging you in to explain this to my boss. A little more faith would be appreciated. I'll be back with some more materials in a couple of days. It's fine to store my things in the basement, right? You sure you don't want help transporting everything? I'll just hire a cart if there's too much. I can take it from here. Bye. Go and sort out things with the mine. You have money to save up. You don't have to follow me all the way out either. If you say so. Game end. Me when the game ends. Alright. That was Altalite. That's the first game we're doing today. So, that's a lot of fun. Honestly, I quite enjoyed it. It was a nice little experience. I like the main character. I like Fern. Cool name. Cool hair. Cool face. Next up is Hollow Victory. JSON RPC conversation canceled. What the fuck are you talking about? Open folder and explore then. I guess I just can't open it straight from itch, so... Alrighty then. OBS, if you would be nice to me, that would appreciate it. Oh, wow. This is significantly quieter than the previous one. Properties. Hollow Victory. No, that's not. Explorer.exe. Yeah. Yeah. No, that's File Explorer. What the shit? I should close File Explorer. And close the itch launcher, I guess. So that way we can... Hollow Victory exe. There we go. Application audio, turn it back down. Window, hollowvictory.exe. Preferences, full screen. And we should be okay. We should be showing. There we go. There we go. Oh, the troubles of changing games. How horrible. OBS being nice to you? Unheard of. Yeah, it's kind of a constant problem. Actually, I'll turn the music volume up in the exe so I can hear it, and then turn the application audio down again. And there we are. This should be good. This should be okay. This should be all well and good. So if there are any problems, please do let me know. Hollow Victory. Again, I don't really know anything about all the games I'm playing, just that they're all made by the same person, Ekkoberry. Let's start. The events of the past few months remain difficult to put into words. In such a short time, your peaceful life turned from that of a simple cleric to a victim of a near-apocalyptic event. Your village became the target of a demonic being, who masqueraded as a friendly stranger, before attempting to seize power using supernatural means. Due to the intervention of a brave hero, everyone was saved. At least, that's the broad strokes. The truth is a little more complicated. A figure emerges from the shadows between the brickwork. Is this a more honest reflection of the person you spent those past few months with? Should you even call him a person anymore? Zale. Let's see, what kind of voice would fit this bastard? Let's see, he's hot, he looks chill, he's a demon though, so... If you're just here to gawk, I'd prefer you leave. I'll gawk if I want. It's difficult to keep the venom out of your words, despite your attempt to hide it. He pauses. Well, it's not like I can stop you. Your company is welcome regardless. How's the outside world doing?
You don't get much of a view in here.
Mostly recovered.
Really?
Well, not counting the church.
I'd be insulted if this incident didn't cause a crisis of faith. Maybe I should have done better at living up to the image everyone crafted of me.
You should see what they're calling you. Zale the Fallen.
Not bad. I would have preferred Zale the Almighty or Zale the Supreme, but what's done is done.
It's almost comforting hearing his voice again. A return to a few months prior, when you were picturing the rest of your life with him by your side. The hole in his chest is interesting. Hey, you know what they say, if there's a hole, there's a goal. A return to a few months prior, when you were picturing the rest of your life with him by your side. He must have noticed the sadness in your eyes.
So, how's life without me?
Some are still wary of my presence, but mostly back to normal. And you? How's life in this prison?
Boring.
Have we learned anything?
That magical prisons are difficult to break out of alone. And that some of my actions may have led to undesired outcomes.
Go on.
And upon reflection, may be attempting to exert my power and claim dominion over all living things was not a productive use of my time. Is that what you wanted to hear?
I'm not sure, honestly. It feels a little hollow coming from you.
Very funny. If your plan is to get me to repent for my very nature, you're wasting your time. I am what I am.
It's fitting it sounds like he has lung cancer considering the hole. It's not that bad a voice. It's supposed to be deep. It's supposed to be mysterious. It's supposed to be sexy. It's not supposed to sound like lung cancer, you whore.
And unfortunately, fate has yet again decided to side against me. Hopefully next time I'll have better odds.
You're lucky you're unkillable.
Besides, still not a pleasant process to go through, you know. Deicides, it's deicide. It's like suicide, but for deities.
Rat crash out. I will crash out! I will crash out if you ever insult my voices! I am a wonderful voiceover artist, and you will submit to my will! He's just like me! For real, for real!
Deicide's still not a pleasant process to go through, you know. But I'll return. In a few hundred years, give or take. It is unfortunate you won't be around when I wake up again, though. Do you at least like it? This form, I mean.
It suits you. It suits you really well.
The exterior finally matching what's on the inside. I must admit, I'm a fan of the horns. If you like them, I can keep them visible.
Maybe. Where's the yes please option?
I'm glad to see you're into it, even if it's just a little.
Oh, I am so into it. Zale the Cancered, kill yourself. Honestly.
You know I wasn't going to hurt you, right? My vision of true godhood included you by my side.
I know.
As long as you're aware, my plans might not have worked out, but my intentions were pure. Well, as pure as they can be. I also made sure to shield you from my actions thus far, have I not? Thanks to me, your life can return to the way it was. But in return, I think it's only fair you at least offer me the same courtesy. You can keep your fresh start if it means so much to you, but give me one in return.
Are you going to behave this time around?
Depends on how nicely you ask.
I'll see what I can do.
Music to my ears. There's a weakness in the barrier outside, just below the window, and one along the crack on the outer wall. That'll be more than enough to help me out. Once I'm out, maybe we can pick things back up where we left off. We can even work on fixing the whole you being a human thing.
We'll see. I haven't promised anything yet.
That's fine. I'll be looking forward to attempting to win you back.
I really shouldn't be doing these deeper voices when I don't have a drink with me. Like, I should really go get, like, a glass of water or something. I don't know why I didn't do that before the stream. But, fuck it. We're gonna go on. We're gonna go on. I don't want to take a break because last time I took a break in the middle of the stream, the viewership declined heavily.
That's fine. I'll be looking forward to attempting to win you back.
Ending 1. Rekindling. There are multiple endings to this, so I want to go through. I want to talk. Your voice is weaker than you'd like. Just vape/smoke, it'll do the same thing. I'd rather kill myself. I need my lungs to work right. I need to be able to sing. Voice actors need to be able to sing, and when you smoke, it damages your lungs, and you won't be able to sing as well. Human or not, this is someone you grew to deeply care about.
Talk? Well, if you think words can fix this, by all means, talk. Your company is welcome regardless. How's the outside world doing? You don't get much of a view in here.
Not cancered like Zale?
Mostly recovered.
Really?
Well, not counting the church.
I'd be insulted if this incident didn't cause a crisis of faith.
This is all the same. Let's skip through to get to the next choice.
You at least like it? This form, I mean.
I preferred the way you were before.
Well, there's not much I can do about that currently. Would you take me back if I looked human again? I'll even do my best to behave. I promise.
No.
That was a quick answer.
Hold on. False alarm. I thought somebody knocked at my door. Turns out it was a singular sound that I misinterpreted as a knock.
I didn't come here to flirt.
Then why did you come here? To have everything backfiring in my face?
I still have my doubts.
I can hear it in your voice. I may not have a heart, but I still have feelings, you know. I did everything with you in mind.
You're where you belong.
You sound bitter. It's funny. I don't remember you being so hostile when everything was going my way. So be it. If you truly want no part of this, listen to this last piece of advice. Be gone from here by midnight, preferably out of town entirely. I won't waste my breath anymore.
Ending 3. Moving on. There's a second ending, not that I know how to get it. But honestly, I think this was enough. I don't much care for the second ending. I don't much care to get it. We've already got the two polar opposites. I have no idea what the second ending would even be. So, what do you mean help? Oh. That's just the same thing that tells you controls as usual. So, that's Hollow Victory. We're gonna go for 2 more. I'm pretty sure the next ones should be short, as I know most of them are short. Next up is Sherbet in a Bottle. Sherbet in a Bottle.exe. So, please allow me the brief showing of getting this to work. Preferences, full screen, OBS. Come on, come on. That was a quick one. Yeah, it was really short. I said these ones are pretty short. Sherbet in a bottle. Sherbet in a bottle. Bam. Alright. We're good. Alrighty then. So this one is also one that doesn't have music in the title screen. It also says 0.9, version 0.9, so is it not finished yet? I didn't read anything about that on the itch page, so without further ado, let's get into it.
Okay, I think it worked. Hello? Can anyone hear me? This feels kinda weird. Like I'm talking to myself.
Oh, well, when they're both question marks, it's sort of difficult to tell when there's a new person talking. Acknowledge him.
Whoa, hey. Sorry, I wasn't fully expecting that to work out. Hi. Oh, great otherworldly being I, Grand Maid Sherbet, am here to, make contact with you? That's what I've been told by my superiors to try and do, at least. If you can hear me, I'd like to speak with you.
Accept the offer to talk. You downloaded the version without music? No, I didn't. There's music. You can hear the music. Did I not switch it over? I did switch it over. So, skill issue, I guess. Accept the offer to talk.
Great. So, who exactly am I making contact with?
What is your name? Sarah.
Sarah.
Are you sure? Yes.
Sarah, huh?
Yeah, I thought you added that. I didn't.
Sarah, huh? That's surprisingly pronounceable. I'm glad. I was worried there'd be a language barrier. Well, Sarah, thank you very much for responding to my call. My name is Sherbet, and as I said, I'm the Grand Mage for the region of Gingerbread. In fact, I'm one of the youngest mages ever to hit the Grand level. They call me a real prodigy, which sure is a lot of pressure. I've been tasked with the experimentation of magic and have been researching the possibility of other universes. Today's the day I finally made contact with someone. Or maybe it's something. Actually, I should probably ask. This is probably a weird question, but what exactly are you? Are you a human or something else?
Something else. I'm a rat. A ghost. A god. How dare you? How dare you not give the option to say I'm a rat? Because I am a rat. But the closest would be a god. They do call me a god every now and again. I am a god in some things. I'm a god when I'm the admin of a Minecraft server.
Really? It's a little hard to be scared by a god named Sarah. Are you sure you're a god?
No.
I didn't think so. I made sure to make contact with something with a mortal form. Nice try, though. It is nice to have reassurance I didn't mess up the incantation or something, and to see that the person I contacted has a sense of humor. You can see everything, right? And hear me too?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Though I suppose I wouldn't have been able to talk to you up until this point if you couldn't. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them. I know this is probably a little weird. Whether it's about me or what you're doing here, I'll try and answer everything the best I can.
Imagine you put and they said, wow, that is surprisingly pronounceable. Guggenadfugov. Yeah, that's pronounceable. Guggenadfugov. I'll make sure to name that next time. What is a Grand Mage?
Just a regular mage with a bit more freedom, basically. I spend a lot of my day trying to make magic work for me, in ways that'll make the people that hire me happy. I've shown enough promise with magic that I'm allowed to do what I want, somehow.
How are you doing this?
Oh, I can try and explain if you'd like. Well, as much as I can. There's some areas, like the creation of an interdimensional spell, that I have no idea how to explain. Clearly, I made it work, but I only sorta know how I did it. And a whole lot of trial and error doesn't exactly look good on an official report. It's gonna be a while before I know how to explain the process to someone else. But there are some things I can talk about, like how I'm using the crystal ball as both a receiver and a transmitter. I cast a spell on it to make it function like an eye, too, so you can see me. It's got its limitations. I can't move you without me needing to recast the spell. I don't think you can move the eye around either, as it's not a true ocular device.
Excuse me.
I also don't think the calls can last too long, since it requires a lot of power and for me to stay in the room. But other than that, it's pretty solid. It's functional, at the very least.
You really seem to enjoy talking about this.
Oh, yeah. I guess I do. It's really interesting to see what I can do with magic as a whole. In theory, there's no limits to what you can do. How can someone not get excited about that?
Where is this place?
This is my laboratory, though it's really just a room I was given. Not that I'm complaining, I've done my best to make it my own. If there's anything in here you want to know about, just let me know. Since I don't know what your world's like, maybe some of what I have seems strange to you.
Plant.
It's a nice view, huh? You can kinda see down into the town from here. Probably one of my favorite things about this room. Oh, and I started growing some plants on the windowsill too. I'm actually not sure what kind of plants they are. They were originally a gift. I didn't pick the seeds out myself.
Wow, Sarah, you really basically said boring. I don't think I did. I don't see how you can interpret that.
I guess I'll find out eventually when they grow big enough to tell.
Sword.
The sword? That's what I used to train with back when I was aiming to be part of the Royal Guard. It's been a while. I still have it there to remind me of those days. I really enjoyed my time getting to be outdoors in the sun, training. These days, it's more just a memento than anything. I should get around to fixing that. If I ever find the time, that is.
Candle. Candle. Let me click the candle. What is a candle? Tell me what a candle is, you bozo. Tell me what a candle is, you motherfucker. I swear to God, I'm gonna burn this whole place down. Tell me what the candle is. I want to know what a candle is. Tell me what a candle is. Explain candles to me. Explain candles to me, you motherfucker.
Are you finished looking around?
Yes.
Okay, great. Glad to have answered any questions you had.
Why are you contacting me?
Why? Mostly to see if I could, to be honest with you.
You yawned while they were explaining? I did. You motherfucker. Listen, that's just how the human body works. If you're talking for a long time, you're gonna end up yawning. That's how shit works. That's why I yawn during streams. Because you can't talk, like, repeatedly, like, consistently, like, all the fucking time. Like, literally non-stop talking, rapid-fire talking, like a machine gun, without fucking yawning!
Mostly to see if I could, to be honest with you. I've never done it before, and to my knowledge, no one else has either. A pretty simple reason, I guess.
End of conversation.
Oh, but enough about me. I should be asking you questions, right? About your world?
Being suddenly extremely interested into a candle to the point of violence is a first sign of future arson. Did you know that? No, I didn't. Anyways, welcome to the stream, Snow. Glad to have you here. I'm BSing, this is false. I fucking knew it!
You've always come off as a liar, Snow. I knew from the moment I met you.
So, what's the weather like over there? I didn't think this through at all. Guess I didn't think I'd get this far. I don't think I've ever even talked to someone from another kingdom, let alone another world.
Second Sarah crash out. Wow. I do not crash out. I have no idea what you are referring to. I just get a little bit silly. What is weather?
You don't have weather? Really? It's, you know, how the sky changes? Sometimes the sun is out and sometimes there are clouds and rain. This shouldn't be so hard to explain. Like how outside right now, that light with the clouds in the sky, that's the current weather. You don't have that at all?
Nope.
That's surprising. I guess I shouldn't assume every dimension works the same. I suppose I should ask some other questions about what your world's like. What kind of clothes do you wear?
Very different clothes from yours.
I guess that makes sense if your world has different needs. It's cool to know your world lacks something I and every one of my world takes for granted. Sorry, I'm still thinking about the whole weather thing. I hope whatever you're wearing is comfortable at least. Oh, I've thought of another question. Do you have magic in your world at all?
Well, I mean, we can form crystals in a certain way, and then when you shoot electricity through it, it can make things like video games and sending an SMS text message. So no.
Wait, not at all? Huh, I mean, hypothetically I could see a world without magic, but life must be a lot harder. It's cool how there's some differences between our worlds. I'd ask to compare more, but I'm already out of ideas. I don't want to bore you with it at all, either. Oh, I hope my magic usage isn't too scary or anything. It's safe, I promise. We mostly use it to support more practical ways of understanding our world. Some people don't like it, but I like how, well, magical it is. But yeah, thanks for answering all that. It's been so cool getting to talk to an interdimensional being, even if my questions were a little lame. So I should probably let someone else know you're here? That my spell to contact you worked out, though I don't need to tell them right away or anything. I'm not sure if I should put it off or not. How about I leave it up to you? If you'd like to meet more people, that's fine with me.
Notify superiors.
Let someone know? Yeah, I can go do that. If you think it's what's best.
Why the hesitance?
Hesitance? Oh, well, I don't know if I should be telling an interdimensional being about this, but...
Hello, just a carrot underscore. Welcome to the stream.
As cool as this is, I don't think I should let others know about your existence. At least not right away. I'm sure my superiors will be happy and all, but it'll mean even more responsibility. Being Grand Mage is a whole lot of pressure. I don't know if I'm cut out for this. Not that this is related to you at all. I've thought about quitting for a while.
Quitting?
Yeah, whoever shows up, don't tell them I said that, okay? You ever just happen to be good at something you don't intend to be? That's me in magic. I wanted to be a soldier or something like that, but magic just came so natural to me, eventually I ended up here.
Loving your Daedalus videos, I'll be there on Thursday. Thank you! I'm currently in editing hell with episode 3, so I think I'm gonna take the third Daedalus video is probably gonna take a little bit longer than the others have. I mean, they already have, but I want to edit my next episode of Super Life before I get to Daedalus episode 3, so I'm probably gonna end up doing that later today, but Daedalus episode 3 is coming, don't worry, it's in the works.
And now I'm a Grand Mage, and I have no idea what I'm doing. And what's worse is everyone praises me for it. There's some things I'd like to try doing with magic, like this whole interdimensional contact thing, for example. It's just hard to stick with something like this when there's all this pressure to do it a certain way.
You should try doing it more your own way.
You think? Yeah, it's not like I dislike magic or anything, and getting to talk to you is nice. I was originally training to be a soldier. Had the goal of working for the royal family and all that. I guess technically I got that with this position, but I don't have nearly the amount of freedom I thought I'd have. Don't want to let my family down either, and this job pays great. I don't know how relatable it is to complain about being good at something. I kind of feel like a brat when I do. But I think a lot of people might relate to life not panning out how you thought it would. I know I definitely wasn't expecting to be here. Listen to me, rambling on to an otherworldly being about my personal problems. I'm surprised they haven't left. Okay, let me go and find someone who's free to record that the spell worked. You know, in case something goes wrong. But I did say I'd go let someone know, didn't I? So now's probably a good time. I'll go see who's available. Please don't go anywhere, I'll be back really soon. Okay, Sarah, I'm back. Mind your step, Caster. Sorry, it's a little messy in here. So, what is it exactly you're here to show me? An interdimensional portal, correct? Yeah, it took a while, but I finally got everything working. Good to hear. I'm excited to see the results. Acknowledge him. Oh, you weren't kidding, Sherbert. Good job. So this is Sarah. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
My name's Castor, and I'm a friend of Sherbert. I hope you're doing well. So you can hear and see everything we're saying, Sarah?
Loud and clear.
Great. So how was it that you did this, Sherbert? This is really impressive. I see an ocular transformation spell, but I can't make anything else out at first glance. I can try and explain the process if you'd like. My apologies, but I don't think I can stay long enough for that right now. I should be able to grant you more funding as a result of your efforts here, though, just based on what I've seen already. I'd also like to apologize if earlier it sounded like I had any doubts about your research, too. I'll admit I was a little confused by it at first, but I'm glad it's proven fruitful.
All I think when I hear sherbet is ice cream. Honestly, same.
Oh, thanks for the apology. It's okay. I understand what I was trying to pitch was kind of strange. I do want to stress how incredible this is, though. Fantastic work. Please keep it up. Okay, goodbye, Sherbet, and goodbye, Sarah. I hope we'll get to talk more at a different point in time. Huh. That went well. She was really impressed by that, wasn't she? That went a lot better than expected, if I'm honest. And kinda nice confirming you're real, too. Not that I really had too much of a doubt, but, you know, magic can be a weird thing. I really needed the talk we've had today. It's given me a lot to think about.
Think about what?
Just what exactly I'm trying to do here. Being here as the Grand Mage. Thank you for your help today.
Happy to have helped.
Listening to me complain and all that. Letting me get all of that off of my chest. I really do appreciate it.
Excuse me.
I don't have anyone like this I can talk to, so I think it's just kind of stayed bottled up. I thought I had things figured out in my head, but it took speaking it out loud to notice I wasn't really sure. I feel a little bit better now, though. I still feel like I don't know what I'm trying to do. But between this experiment working out and Castor being impressed by it, that felt nice. Maybe I can just do more of what I want here. I don't know if that sounds selfish or not, but I don't work well if I dislike what I'm doing. If I hold on to the Grand Mage title, that'll give me options for the future. Especially now I'm starting to prove my experiments can work.
Wow, Sarah, was it that boring of a game? Shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up! It's not because it's boring, it's because I'm talking for hours on end. And by hours on end, I mean it hasn't even been 2 hours yet. But that's how things work! That's how the human body works, you motherfucker! I fucking swear! I'm gonna kill you, and your dog.
You know, I've also been thinking about combining my love of swordplay into things too. I have a friend who I used to train with. We still talk sometimes. I bet he could give me some ideas. I think I'll try and do more of that, so thank you. I'll call you back at a later time when I better sorted out what I want to do with my life.
No, not Dave too. Yeah, I'm gonna kill your dog. I'm gonna kill your dog Dave. I'm gonna kill your little Davy doggy boy. Oh, so it just closes itself. That's interesting. It just fucking closed itself. Holonomy! It's time for Holonomy. This is the final game of the stream. Wait, Dave or Amber? I don't know. It was an offhanded joke. I don't know anything about your dogs. Alright. Let's see here. Options, full screen, back into OBS, application audio capture, properties, holonomy.exe. There we go. And there we go, halonami.exe for the showing of the screen, and here we are. We're good. Welcome to Holonomy. I'm 99% sure I'm pronouncing it incorrectly. Holonomy? Well, I think Holonomy. Holonomy is the best way to pronounce it. So, this game, actually, it showed a title card at the beginning. It was part of an only one asset. Like, the assets can only be used once, and there's a 1,000 word character limit. So, start. After half an hour of trekking, we end up roughly where we started. Every path now tried at least twice, all looping back in one form or another. I'm out of ideas. Scaling the walls didn't work. Cyril had to treat the area I grazed on one of the patches. These things are everywhere, whatever they are, sticking out of every wall. Well, that didn't work either. I say we stay put for the time being and hope they run into us instead. In front of this thing. Yeah, it's a water source. Looks clear enough. He takes a peek inside the mountain's head. The fleshy bits aren't touching the water. It'll be okay. We toss our bags in a pile on the floor, and I lean on one of the many pillars scattered around the area. Cyril bends down to check the water properly. One positive of getting lost with a priest. You won't accidentally poison yourself. It looks good to me. We now have both the rations and clean water, so no need to stress. Do I look worried? Oh yeah, super tense. This is the first time we've employed other people and we got them lost. They're hired help. They can take care of themselves. His ability to stay calm is admirable. It's weird for Cyril to want to wander into anywhere, let alone a place like this. I was surprised, him asking for help out of the blue. Why resort to dungeon exploring when you're not tight on cash? This isn't normal, right? Nope, first time running into a space that doesn't make sense. And the fleshy roads, for that matter. Sorry for roping you into this. It's the least I could do. What, indulging my weird impulses? You're too nice to me. You've looked the other way with a lot of my incidents regarding other people's property. I can't help it. I'm too biased. If we find any treasure, I'm taking it. Some profit make this ideal worth it. Speaking of, I shouldn't pry too far into how you managed to afford the help, right? I'm not venturing into someplace weird without backup. You could have said no to helping me. I wouldn't let you go in here alone. Who says I'd venture in here by myself? You can owe me for looking the other way. How's that? He gives me that look again. Utility aside, I wouldn't want to be stuck in here with anyone else. I'd have to be less honest for a start. This is the first time in a while I've been alone too, now that I think. By the way, weirdness aside, I am enjoying myself. That's nice adventuring with you. I'm glad you're getting into it. My words come across clumsier than I'd like. You can tell. I'm glad we're in this together. I'm glad we're in this together. Aw, that's sweet. Where's this coming from? This place isn't getting to you, is it? I think I have something for that. I'm serious. I really like you. I know. Don't look so stressed. You know my response already. Don't you? It should be obvious. He smirks, watching my reaction in the long pause. I should be used to this by now. I'm not. A little reassurance would be nice. Aw, I didn't mean that. Sorry, your reaction's cute. I think most people assume we're dating already, myself included. If we're stuck here overnight, let's snuggle for warmth this time. I'll give you time to recover. You look like you're about to faint. It'll be nice not looking for excuses to get so close. There's only so many reasons for hand-holding, and I think I've exhausted most of them. Gotta go? Don't worry, this game's basically already over.
Wait, you mean it's not a part of your incantations to channel through another person?
Why? Do you want to stop?
Not necessarily. Needing a breather, I decided to loop around the perimeter while Cyrus sees what he can glean from the protruding growths. I returned with little to no report.
I found anything useful? I think I have more questions than answers, if I'm honest. In the confessional spirit, I should probably admit something too.
Oh?
I was called to check this place out.
By?
A voice. Not what I'm listening heavily to, but I did get curious.
I see.
Don't look at me like that. I'll protect you against anything supernatural. Especially if we're together. I'm happy you're finally admitting it. I was expecting to wait a lot longer. You're kinda dense. I guess this situation has its silver linings. That being said, as interesting as this place is, I get the vibe we shouldn't stick around here too long.
You're only getting that vibe now? Watch who you call dense.
There's a difference between feeling creeped out by organic material and spiritual communication. While you were on your walk, the voice started again.
And what's it saying now?
I'd rather keep that to myself. But you wouldn't ask too many questions if I got us out of here, right? Maybe I'll call in that favor. Start the relationship off equal.
You know a way out?
I think I might. Keep watch over the bags. I'll be back in a minute.
He heads out into the hall. Moments pass. I can make out chanting in a language I don't understand. Nothing strange by itself. I don't understand half of what's said at the monastery. Though this does sound slightly different. There's a sudden convulsion of the area that then stops as suddenly as it started. Cyril appears in the doorway shortly after.
Okay, there should be a way out up ahead.
Just like this? What about the others?
We should probably just worry about ourselves.
He grabs my wrist as I pick up our belongings. He's shaking. The layout of the place begins to make sense. Soon we're back out at the entrance, safe and sound. I'll never know where our party went, or what exactly he did, but that doesn't matter. Now we're even, right? End.
Yay! Well, that was Ekkoberry Games. Honestly, all of the art is so fucking good. Holy shit. Ekkoberry is so fucking talented. This is honestly amazing. Honestly, had a really good time here. However, there are only 4 games being played in this stream, and that was the 4th. So, this will be the end of the stream. This will be the end of today's stream. If you enjoyed it, please consider subscribing. My videos are a lot different than my stream content, so if you're only here for streams, then that's understandable. But if you like Minecraft roleplay, then probably check out some of my videos. And if you like Minecraft the Life series, then definitely check out my videos. However, that should be about it, and I don't want to take up too much more of your time. So fare thee well, my rats and rodents. Goodbye.